At dawn, a city wakes, but this one hums differently. Instead of the distant growl of diesel trucks and fossil-fueled power plants, there's only a low, steady resonance beneath the streets. Beneath the skyscrapers and boulevards, deep in a network of glowing tunnels, plasma arcs flicker to life. Streams of waste flow into reactors where they vanish in bursts of blue light. Moments later, clean hydrogen rises through insulated pipelines to feed power stations, fuel cell buses, and the homes above. This isn't science fiction. This is the Hydrogen Megacity, a place where waste itself powers the future. The idea sounds almost utopian, a city that never throws anything away, where every discarded object becomes a molecule of fuel. But as nations race toward net zero, this vision is emerging faster than most realize. Urban waste, the bane of modern civilization, is transforming into a strategic energy asset. Through plasma gasification, cities are learning to turn their garbage into green hydrogen, the same fuel that powers zero-emission vehicles and heavy industries. What was once a landfill burden is becoming the foundation of a circular, hydrogen-driven economy. To understand why this matters, consider the modern city's paradox. Every day, humanity generates over 2 billion tons of solid waste. Most of it ends up in landfills, releasing methane, a greenhouse gas 80 times more potent than carbon dioxide. At the same time, cities spend billions importing energy, coal, gas, oil, and increasingly, hydrogen. The Hydrogen Megacity eliminates both problems in one stroke. Its plasma reactors convert urban waste into syngas, a mixture rich in hydrogen, while simultaneously destroying pollutants and capturing carbon. The result, a self-powered metropolis where waste and energy form a closed loop. In the heart of such a city stands the Plasma Complex, a futuristic structure resembling both a factory and a cathedral. Inside, robotic arms feed shredded municipal waste into induction chambers. Electric arcs, hotter than lightning, flash through the mixture. Plastics, paper, food, and organic matter disintegrate into plasma, a luminous fog of free atoms. Within seconds, molecules recombine into hydrogen and carbon monoxide. The syngas rises, is cooled and cleaned, then flows into separators where pure hydrogen emerges. What used to rot in landfills now fuels the buses outside, powers distributed fuel cell grids, and even generates heat for nearby districts. At the street level, the difference is subtle but profound. Fuel cell buses glide silently along smart corridors. Hydrogen trams ferry commuters without the smell of diesel. Apartment blocks equipped with fuel cell microgrids draw energy from local hydrogen pipelines, not from distant fossil plants. The very air smells different, cleaner, lighter. Every few kilometers, a modular plasma station hums quietly, taking in the city's refuse and sending out both hydrogen and electricity. The urban waste system, once linear and overflowing, has become circular and alive. The economics driving this transformation are just as powerful as the technology. Each ton of waste processed through plasma gasification yields roughly 100 to 150 kilograms of hydrogen. A medium-sized city generating 500,000 tons of waste per year could therefore produce around 70,000 tons of hydrogen annually, enough to replace more than 200 million liters of diesel. If hydrogen sells for even $3/kg, that represents a $200 million local energy stream, from garbage. Factor in tipping fees, carbon credits, and avoided landfill costs, and the financial case becomes irresistible. The megacity doesn't just clean itself, it earns from its own circular metabolism. This vision is already taking shape in pieces around the world. In Lancaster, California, the SGH2 plant is expected to produce up to 12,000 tons of hydrogen per year from municipal waste, supplying local transport fleets at a cost near $2/kg. In Tokyo, the city's hydrogen roadmap includes waste-based production feeding the 2030 Olympic legacy projects. Across Europe, projects in the Netherlands and the UK are exploring plasma gasification as a tool for landfill elimination. These early prototypes are the seeds of future megacities, decentralized, data-driven ecosystems where energy, materials, and carbon are constantly recycled. But the Hydrogen Megacity is more than infrastructure. It's a philosophy, a reimagining of what cities are for. For centuries, urbanization meant consumption. Cities imported food, water, energy, and exported waste. The Hydrogen Megacity flips that narrative. It becomes a producer, a living organism that powers itself from its own metabolism. It absorbs waste and exhales energy. The line between resource and residue disappears. Picture the skyline at night, neon lights shimmering, maglev trains gliding past towers whose glass facades glow softly from hydrogen-powered heat exchangers. Below ground, streams of data monitor the flow of material and energy. AI algorithms predict waste generation by district, scheduling collection trucks that run on the very hydrogen they help produce. Above, drones measure air quality, once toxic, now pristine. Every component of the system feeds into the next, like the organs of a vast, self-healing body. The social implications are immense. In many cities, waste management is one of the largest municipal expenses. Plasma hydrogen turns it into a revenue source. Instead of shipping waste to distant landfills, local operators feed it into neighborhood reactors. Employment shifts from low-wage collection to high-tech operation. Engineers, chemists, and AI specialists join what used to be the sanitation department. Economic empowerment grows from the literal ground up. The same system that cleans the streets becomes a platform for green-collar jobs. Energy security changes, too. In a hydrogen megacity, blackouts become rare because energy is distributed, not centralized. Each plasma node acts as a miniature power plant. If one shuts down, the others compensate. Hydrogen storage tanks across the city act like vast batteries, absorbing excess energy and releasing it on demand. Even natural disasters find less to disrupt. When Japan's Fukushima disaster struck in 2011, hydrogen microgrids could have provided backup power to hospitals and shelters. The megacity model ensures that resilience is built into the grid itself. From a climate perspective, the hydrogen megacity is a silent powerhouse. Every ton of waste diverted from landfills prevents hundreds of kilograms of methane emissions. Each kilogram of hydrogen displaces carbon-heavy fossil fuels. Add carbon capture to the process, and the system becomes carbon negative, actively cleaning the atmosphere while powering society. For countries racing toward their 2050 net zero goals, this isn't just innovation, it's necessity. Technologically, we're closer than we think. Plasma gasification units can already be scaled modularly, from 5 tons per day for small communities to thousands for metropolitan regions. Each unit integrates with AI-driven control systems that balance temperature, gas composition, and output in real time. Advances in materials science have extended the life of plasma torches and electrodes, cutting operational costs. And with the global rollout of hydrogen pipelines, fuel cell vehicles, and storage hubs, the infrastructure backbone of the hydrogen megacity is emerging organically. The architecture of such cities will evolve as well. Picture districts built around hydrogen hubs, sleek, luminous buildings combining plasma reactors, data centers, and public plazas. At night, their vents emit soft streams of water vapor, the only visible emission. Residential towers recycle organic waste directly into their local reactor via vacuum conduits, while food markets send compostables to communal digesters feeding the same system. Smart glass facades display the district's live energy data, showing citizens exactly how much hydrogen their waste generated that day. Urban sustainability becomes visible, tangible, and participatory. For investors and developers, the megacity is more than a sustainability story, it's a blueprint for profit. A single plasma hydrogen complex can integrate multiple revenue streams, waste processing fees, hydrogen sales, carbon credits, and even district heat. Financial analysts already model waste to hydrogen as one of the few clean energy systems with positive feedstock economics, meaning the input pays you. The combination of negative waste cost, stable hydrogen demand, and green finance incentives creates a rare economic trifecta. Even culture and identity will shift. The stigma of waste dissolves into pride. Residents will say, "My neighborhood powers itself." School children will visit plasma centers the way previous generations toured power dams. Artists will paint murals of glowing reactors beside rivers now free of plastic. Civic pride will no longer depend on skyscraper height or GDP, but on energy circularity, on how completely a city closes its loops. Globally, the hydrogen megacity model could reshape geopolitics. Nations once dependent on oil imports could power themselves through urban waste. Developing countries with fast-growing populations could leapfrog straight into hydrogen economies without ever building coal plants. A continent of waste-to-energy hubs could rise in Africa and Asia, turning yesterday's pollution into tomorrow's prosperity. In such a future, cities become not the engines of environmental decline, but the engines of regeneration. Of course, no revolution is without challenges. The upfront capital for plasma facilities remains high, though falling. Regulatory frameworks must evolve to classify waste-based hydrogen as renewable. Public understanding needs cultivation. The idea of a city powered by garbage still sounds strange to many. Yet every new technology follows the same curve: disbelief, trial, adoption, normalization. Solar, wind, electric vehicles, all were once novelties. Today they're necessities. Tomorrow, plasma hydrogen will join them. And when it does, the definition of waste will vanish from our vocabulary. There will only be resources, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, endlessly cycled through intelligent systems. The Hydrogen Megacity will be the embodiment of this new physics of civilization, where matter is never lost, only transformed. At night, the plasma plants will glow like beacons across the skyline, their faint blue halos visible even from orbit. Satellites will track the hydrogen flow from waste to grid, mapping a world where entropy itself becomes energy. The dream of self-sustaining cities, powered not by extraction, but by transformation, will no longer belong to the future. It will be our daily reality. And when historians look back, they'll see that the revolution began not in a gleaming lab or a corporate boardroom, but in the humble refuse of humanity, in the garbage we once ignored. From those discarded fragments, we built a civilization that learned to power itself. That is the promise of the Hydrogen Megacity, a world where trash powers tomorrow. Explore green hydrogen feasibility studies, plasma hydrogen modeling, and city-scale project finance tools at h2hub.reneenergy.com, where innovation meets sustainability.